Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Let's begin with the previous day question. Regarding the Jal Jeevan mission, consider the following statements. 1. Launched in 2019, the initiative aims to provide tap water to all Indian households by 2047. 2. The fund sharing pattern between the center and states is 90:10 for all the states and union territories. 3. Goa and Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu are the first state and union territory in the country to be certified as Har Ghar Jal. How many of these statements given above are correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. All three. Or D. None. The correct answer is option A. Jal Jeevan Mission. Launched in 2019, it aims to provide tap water to all 16 crore rural households by December 2024. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Currently, 75% coverage has been achieved, with nearly 4 crore households still pending. The fund sharing pattern between center and state is 90:10 for the Himalayan, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and northeastern states, 100:0 for UTs, and 50:50 for the rest of the states. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Goa and Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu are the first Har Ghar Jal certified states and UTs in the country, respectively. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 1. Consider the following statements. 1. Bharat Forecast System BFS, developed by the Indian Meteorological Department IMD, is India's first high-resolution weather model. 2. IMD currently employs the Coupled Forecasting System or CFS, originally developed under the Monsoon Mission. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. Or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. The India Meteorological Department IMD is set to adopt the indigenously developed Bharat Forecast System or BFS, India's first high-resolution weather model, capable of forecasting at 6 kilometers into 6 kilometers spatial resolution. Bharat Forecast System has been developed by the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology or IITM Pune and will be operationalized by IMD. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Currently, IMD uses the Coupled Forecasting System CFS developed under the Monsoon Mission and adapted from a US-based model for Indian monsoon forecasting. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It also operates the Global Forecasting System, a coupled ocean atmosphere model for forecasts ranging from hours to seasonal scales. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 2. Regarding the Siliguri corridor, consider the following statements. 1. It is a narrow land corridor in Sikkim connecting India's northeast to the rest of the country. 2. It shares borders with Nepal, Bangladesh, and the Kingdom of Bhutan. 3. It holds vital strategic importance as one of the 2 land links connecting India's 8 northeastern states to the mainland. How many of these statements given above are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. Or D. None. The correct answer is option A. The Siliguri corridor, called the Chicken's Neck, is a thin strip of land in West Bengal that connects India's northeast to the rest of the country. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. At its narrowest, the corridor is only 17 kilometers wide. This area shares borders with Nepal, Bangladesh, and Bhutan. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Stretching from regions such as Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, and Terai in West Bengal, the corridor holds critical strategic significance as it serves as the sole land connection for India's 8 northeastern states to mainland India. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 3. Regarding the Baltic states, consider the following statements. 1. They are located in northeastern Europe and are bordered by Russia to the east. 2. All 3 Baltic states are members of NATO, the European Union or EU, and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development or OECD. Which of the statements given above are not correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. Or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D. The Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, are located in northeastern Europe, bordered by the Baltic Sea, west and north, Russia, east, Belarus, southeast, and Poland and Russia, Kaliningrad, southwest. Hence, statement 1 is correct. They gained independence from the USSR in 1991. All three countries are members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO since 2004, the European Union, the Eurozone, and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 4. Consider the following pairs with reference to the 18th India State of Forest Report 2023. Category 1. States with highest increase, forest and tree cover. 2. States with largest decrease, forest cover. 3. States with highest forest cover percentage. State or UT, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Lakshadweep. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. Or D. None of the above. The correct answer is option A. 18th India State of Forest Report 2023. The total forest and tree cover in the country has grown by 1,445.81 km square, including a 156.41 km square rise in forest cover compared to 2021. Chhattisgarh recorded the largest increase at 684 square kilometers, hence pair 1 is not correctly matched. Followed by Uttar Pradesh and Odisha with 559 square kilometers each and Rajasthan with 394 square kilometers. Madhya Pradesh experienced the biggest reduction in forest cover, losing 612.41 km square, followed by Karnataka 459.36 km square, Ladakh 159.26 km square and Nagaland 125.22 km square. Hence, pair 2 is not correctly matched. Lakshadweep leads with 91.33% of its geographical area under forest, followed by Mizoram 85.34% and Andaman and Nicobar Islands 81.62%. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the statements about oil spill cleanup. 1. Bioremediation and dispersing agents both promote oil biodegradation, but dispersing agents may harm marine life. 2. Skimmers and sorbents disperse oil into tiny droplets to speed up natural breakdown. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, and D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A. Oil spills refer to the release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbons into the environment, particularly into oceans, rivers, or coastal waters as a result of human activities. Bioremediation uses bacteria to break down oil safely. Dispersing agents break oil into droplets but can be toxic and may harm marine life. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Skimmers mechanically remove oil from the water surface, they do not disperse it. Sorbents absorb oil but don't break it into droplets. Hence, statement 2 is incorrect. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 6. Regarding the Indian Ocean Dipole IOD, consider the following statements. 1. It is a climate phenomenon that influences sea surface temperatures and weather patterns across the Indian Ocean region. 2. In a positive IOD phase, warm waters shift to the western Indian Ocean and cold deep waters rise to the surface in the eastern Indian Ocean near Indonesia and Australia. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, or D. None. The correct answer is option C. Indian Ocean Dipole or IOD is a climate phenomenon that influences sea surface temperatures and weather patterns across the Indian Ocean region. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In a positive IOD phase, warm waters shift to the western Indian Ocean and cold deep waters rise to the surface in the eastern Indian Ocean near Indonesia and Australia. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 7. Consider the following statements. 1. The Narasimhan Committee on Banking Sector Reforms 1998 underscored the importance of addressing money laundering concerns within the Indian financial system. 2. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) 2002 was enacted by Parliament under Article 253, which empowers it to make laws for implementing the international conventions. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. One only, B. Two only, C. Both 1 and 2, or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C. The Narsimham Committee on Banking Sector Reforms, commissioned by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) in 1998, underscored the importance of addressing money laundering concerns within the Indian financial system. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Money laundering is a complex process used by individuals and organizations to conceal the origins of illegally obtained money. It involves making illicit funds appear legitimate through a series of transactions. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) 2002 was enacted by India's Parliament under Article 253, which empowers it to make laws for implementing the international conventions. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 8. Regarding the Brahmaputra River, consider the following statements. 1. It originates from the Chema-Yungdung Glacier of the Kailash Range near the Mansarovar Lake. 2. It enters India west of Sadia town in Arunachal Pradesh. 3. It is a perennial river and has several peculiar characteristics due to its geography and prevailing climatic conditions. How many of these statements given above are not correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. Or D. None. The correct answer is option D. Brahmaputra River originates under the name of Siang or Dihang from the Chema-Yungdung Glacier of the Kailash Range near Mansarovar Lake. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It enters India west of Sadia town in Arunachal Pradesh. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Tributaries are Dibang, Lohit, Siang, Buri Dihing, Tista and Dhansari. It is a perennial river and has several peculiar characteristics due to its geography and prevailing climatic conditions. Hence, statement 3 is correct. It is flooded twice annually. One flood is caused by the melting of the Himalayan snow in summer and the other is due to the monsoon flows. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 9. Which of the following countries comprises the Horn of Africa? 1. Djibouti, 2. Eritrea, 3. Ethiopia, 4. Somalia. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1 and 2 only, B. 2 and 3 only, C. 1 only, or D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The correct answer is option D. The Horn of Africa comprises the countries of Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia and Somalia. It is a peninsula and region in East Africa that juts out into the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean, forming the easternmost point of the African continent. The region has experienced conflicts, droughts, famines and migration crises, but is also rich in cultural history and biodiversity. It is a critical area for climate resilience, pastoralism and Red Sea trade. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 10. Consider the following statements. 1. The Constitution permits restrictions on speech only on 2 defined grounds under Article 19(2), namely incitement to offence and public disorder. 2. In Shreya Singhal versus Union of India 2015, the Supreme Court invalidated Section 66A of the IT Act 2000, ruling that vague terms like insult or hatred cannot justify criminalizing speech. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. Article 19(2) of the Indian Constitution outlines the 8 grounds for imposing reasonable restrictions on the right to freedom of speech and expression as guaranteed under Article 19(1)(a). These grounds include sovereignty and integrity of India, security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, public order, decency or morality, contempt of court, defamation and incitement to an offence. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. In Shreya Singhal versus Union of India 2015, the Supreme Court struck down Section 66A of the Information Technology Act 2000, ruling that vague grounds like insult or hatred cannot justify criminalizing speech. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. And now it's time for today's practice question. Consider the following statements. 1. According to the Refugee Convention 1951, refugees are people forced to flee their own country and seek safety in another country. 2. Internally displaced persons (IDPs) are individuals who have been forced to flee their homes but have not crossed an international border. 3. India has signed the 1951 Refugee Convention along with its 1967 protocol. How many of the statements given above are correct? A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 3, or D. None. Send us your answers in the comments. Thanks for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.